Hey there, puppers. Lynn here, just for the health of it. And today we are going to be focusing on Freyja. So again, she's my German Shepherd, and she's had so many health issues. Shepherds tend to have upset tummies and anxiety problems and things like that anyways. And we battled just diarrhea and stuff for so many years, and finally I went to a holistic vet and got guidance, and we ended up putting Freyja on the BARF diet. So today I'm gonna go shopping for Freyja's ingredients, and then of course using a couple from our garden, and then I'm gonna show you how we put it together. But first, I gotta go to work, take the puppies to puppy daycare, and then we'll be back later tonight and show you how we put that together. All right. Freyja, are you ready for puppy daycare? Yes, she is. What's Loki doing? Puppy daycare time. All right, so I guess I kind of fibbed earlier. We're not gonna go grocery shopping because of course in this day and age, well, I don't grocery shop. I'm sure most people don't actually physically go grocery shopping anymore. So in Western Washington, where I'm at, pretty much every store has, if not free delivery, at least free pickup. On, like, here it's $35 is pretty much all the stores. So anyways, I ordered all of Little Miss Freyja stuff online, and I'm sitting here checked in, waiting for the people to bring out my groceries. Then we'll go pick up the puppies from daycare and we'll get rolling. So yeah, if you haven't tried out this little delivery option, I mean, I'm not affiliated with anybody or anything like that, but boy, you know, when I have still questionable health situation and I'm not, well, I'm just taking care of my health still, so it's much easier for me if I don't go into all the various stores I would possibly normally go into. Then these pickup options work out really well. My favorite store, of course, does delivery for me, but it's hard to get this much ground turkey from the other store. So I'm kind of at our backup store where I need to do the pickup. But I am going to be done here in a moment, so we'll pick up the puppies and then I will meet you all back in the kitchen. We are back at home. Change of outfit. I don't know about you guys, but I like to take off the work clothes after work. So anyways, I have some groceries assembled here and we're gonna get started. Now I want to preface this with, I am not a dog nutritional expert. I am following a recipe that was provided by Freyja's holistic vet. And so these are the guidelines from what he laid out for her, and we are being monitored. I'm not making this up on my own. It's completely vet approved, and he has been monitoring her health, and we've been making sure her weight stays good and her energy levels, and actually everything is just really working out well for her. She's a much happier puppy, and she is more energy. She sleeps through the night. We don't have to get up 3 times to go to the bathroom. And so basically what we're doing is 10 pounds of ground turkey, 1 cup of blueberries. You can switch that out for seasonal fruit. We are also doing 4 whole eggs, shell and all. This gives her the calcium that she needs since we're not doing bones. And then we also do a cup of seasonal vegetables. And I actually froze some sugar snap peas from our garden because she really loves sugar snap peas. So I am going to add this in with the ground turkey, the blueberries, the eggs, and then the vegetables. Now for her, on top of this, we add flaxseed, ground flaxseed, and some coconut oil. But again, I'm prefacing this with, I am not a vet, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm just following guidelines that were provided to us by Freyja's holistic vet. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this stuff, all the ingredients besides the turkey, I put in the food processor to kind of ground it up and get it prepared, and then I'll mix everything in with the meat. So I'll go ahead and do the food processor off camera since that'll make too much noise. Just a little shot of everything that I add in before I grind it up. And a little shot after I grind it up. So for those wondering, this is called the BARF diet. BARF is an acronym for biologically appropriate raw food. And basically what this diet entails is mimicking what the animals would eat in nature. So biologically appropriate raw food. So here you can see that I've just laid that in on top of the mixing bowl. I do 2 bowls. It just makes it easier for me to mix it up instead of having the bowl so full. So then I just combine all of these ingredients. And yes, I have often thought that BARF describes more the way it looks than the way it was meant to be as appropriate. She loves it, huh, baby doll? Licking the bowl clean. So I went ahead and just combined the 2 bowls into one, now that I have all the ingredients mixed up. And then of course we always just let little Freyja Bear help clean up. As Gramps used to always say, who needs a dishwasher? We have the dog. Okay, and so it was recommended by the vet to not use plastic containers for storing this. However, these meal prep restaurant type things are what I had, so it is what we're gonna go with. Freyja, she knows what she's getting, huh, baby doll? And I actually use my kitchen scale, so I turn it on with the container on, and that gives me my tare weight, or the weight without the container. And then BARF is weighed out by the number of pounds your dog is and how much weight how many ounces they need to maintain their weight. And so Freyja, it gets 10 ounces. And of course, I mean 10.1, I'm not gonna sit there and nitpick it. But we will get each of these filled and weighed out to 10 ounces. And then we'll get this, some supplements added, and I'll show you that afterwards. Now we have all of the food measured out for, it gives me 9 days. Sometimes it's between 8 and 10. It just depends on the weight of the vegetable and the fruit that we're using. And you can see I had one that was a little underweight, and so I actually have a pre-packaged frozen raw dog food that we get from our local puppy daycare / store. Isn't that right, Freyja? Good girl. And so if I'm just short a little bit, I'll go ahead and just supplement with that. And then also, for those who know the BARF diet, you're probably thinking, wow, 10 ounces is pretty light for a German Shepherd. Freyja is actually a small German Shepherd, She's only 63 pounds. And also, just because I want to feel comfortable that I am getting all of the nutrients that she needs in this raw food, I do add the frozen raw food that we get. I add a couple of those nuggets into each meal, and this is what she gets for breakfast and for dinner. And this way I feel comfortable that she's actually getting all of the bone requirements, all of the mineral requirements, all of the organ requirements. And so I will just finish off, with this prepackaged frozen raw food that we get. Okay, and now I have added in some medicines that she takes, so I'm not going to go into all the details on that. You guys can talk to your vets or do your own research for supplements and medicines. But then it's just simply as easy as going ahead and popping the tops on all of these. And I have certain, like this back row is her breakfast. It's a little bit different on the supplements than her dinners are. So I will store them in separate stacks. For me, I like to just be kind of organized and consistent. It helps me, and having this food and supplements all prepped out makes it easy for us to get things going and organized in the morning. And also, if we're coming home from puppy daycare, you know, they're hungry and they're ready to go. And yes, I do prep some stuff for Loki. He gets some raw food items and some kibble still. So we will be transitioning him over to a whole raw diet. But for right now, we still have some kibble left over. And so, of course, we're going to use that up. Right? And this is how we stack them. So her morning ones are in front, and then after we do that, you can see the evening, her dinner, are just ready to grab later. And I do keep about 5 days in the refrigerator. The rest I freeze, and I'll take them out about 2 days ahead of time of when we need them. So sometimes I'll actually make double batches and a lot more ahead of schedule, and we'll just have the freezer full of food all prepped for her. Sure makes life easy for me. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed sharing some information with me and the puppies, and one of the ways that we're working on getting Freyja's little tummy intestines and everything back on track and helping her get healthy. Now, got some dishes to do. Of course, meal prep, even for the puppies, always creates some dirty dishes. So we will see you all later. Thanks for stopping by.